Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do another little let's talk style video about introversion versus shyness. Yeah, because I don't feel they're the same thing necessarily. I mean, in a way they can be perceived as the same thing, but I feel like on a deeper level, they're not the same thing. Maybe this is a weird thing to talk about, but it's one of those things that my mind just kind of goes there and I just roll with it. So, first off, if you look up the dictionary definition of what it means to be introverted, the first thing that pops up is that it is a shy person, but there is another definition underneath that from the actual psychological definition. It says a person characterized by concern primarily with their own thoughts and feelings. So basically it's someone who's just more worried about them. Not in a conceited way, it's just they're more focused on what's going on with their own person instead of really caring about what's going on with a whole bunch of other people. You know, it's not necessarily a bad thing, it just means that they're just doing them, right? And then if you look up the definition of shy, it is an easily frightened away person or someone who is very timid. So it's more like, it's almost like not being just concerned with yourself, because it's more like somewhere in your brain you're so concerned with how other people are viewing you or what you're doing, like what they think of what you're doing, that you pull away and you're just like, nope, can't go there. Too freaked out. So see, I think that they're really different, but we kind of just mush them together a lot. And they're not. So, I will say, I know there's a word for something. I'm gonna look it up really quick. For someone who's not necessarily introverted, but not extroverted either. Hold on. Ambiverts? I think that's how you pronounce it. Ambivert. Someone who is kind of like a combination of introverted and extroverted. That's where I would kind of place myself on this whole little scale, because I definitely have my moments where I can be super and just there and ready to interact with the entire world and not care, and then there are other days where I'm just nope, no, don't want to deal with it. And honestly, whenever I'm feeling introverted, I do also feel a little shy, I guess, because it's I don't know, when I feel introverted on some days, I tend to feel also anxious. It's my anxiousness causes me to be an introvert and causes me to feel shy, and it's just this really weird combination of things. But yeah, so I think I'm somewhere in the middle there. But on my introverted days, it is kind of scary, but I think it's because I'm triggered more by anxiety for feeling introverted. And I'm pretty good at overcoming it, but I know not everybody is. I know that there are some people that are so inside of themselves that they just get exhausted from sheer human contact. And I mean, I have days like that too, but most of the time I'm okay. It's just being exhausted from actually doing things, not from just being around people. And that's always been really interesting to me that someone could just be so physically exhausted from interacting with other people. I think that's I don't know. I think humans are cool. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, but yeah, the thing with being shy and being timid and kind of afraid of people and life is that I feel it makes it to where you don't really have an opinion on things, or you have an opinion and you're too afraid to share it with people, so people view you as not having an opinion on things. And maybe you're afraid of, the backlash from people, the way people will judge you for sharing that opinion, or maybe you just assume that no one really cares about your opinion because, I don't know, you've never put it out there before and you wouldn't know, or you just think that your opinion is so different from other people's that, you'll be the weirdo. But I feel that's something you can overcome if you really want to. You can just push yourself, you know? Like, I know I have times where I'm just like for a long time in my life, honestly, I never would give my opinion on things because I didn't want to get into those disagreements or those arguments or those debates or whatever, because first off, it just didn't feel worth it to me, but secondly, I didn't feel like I could really share my brain and my thoughts and everything with people because I didn't think that they would understand it, and I didn't want to have them view me as some weird person that, like, just because my brain worked differently than theirs, that I was just somehow weird. But the thing is, like, everybody's brain works differently from everybody else's, and that's what makes you you. That's what makes you an individual human being. So, like, you shouldn't be afraid to share your thoughts and opinions on things because that's who you are. That's what makes you this really rad individual person. And that's like the coolest thing ever. So, yeah, if that's something that you deal with, if you're just kind of always like, yeah, okay, you know, like, maybe try to fight through it a little bit. Show people how cool you are, and like, maybe you would change someone's opinion on something, or maybe you'll make them just kind of rethink the way they've viewed the world their entire life, you know? Like, how cool would it be for you to kind of open up someone's brain to a whole new way of viewing life, right? I'm not saying that, like, you can't agree with other people's opinions or understand other people's opinions. That was also part of my thing for a long time, was like, I always tried to understand everyone else's views on things. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Because, I mean, that's just part of, like, being really open-minded to the world, is that, you know, you want to understand things from other people's point of view so that you can, like, broaden your horizons, your perspective, your views on things as a whole. But within that, you probably have your own entirely different thought process that this person has never even considered. So while you can listen to them and not necessarily argue with them, but like take in what they're saying, just be like, yeah, okay, I understand that, I see where you're coming from. You can then also turn around and be like, but what if? And give your opinion on things, you know? So I mean, I get it, it's really scary. I totally understand. It's not something that, like, you just wake up one morning and you're like, you know what? Screw this. I'm just gonna go tell everybody what I think of everything. No, that's not the way it works. You know, especially if you're a very introverted person and you're kind of just like in your own head a lot and you're just focused on your own thing, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're doing. I understand that it's exhausting to go, like, even try to have those conversations with people sometimes, because other people are exhausting. Especially when they are, like, up here on the extrovert scale and you're like, eh. You know? It's just one of those things that's, like, overwhelming. But, to that note, most introverted people can find other people that they connect with. Sometimes it's just other people who are also introverted on some scale. Sometimes it's people that are, like, super extroverted and it's just like they get you in some way, so you can actually share your thoughts with them. But either way, I don't think you should necessarily go out of your way to change yourself if you are an introverted person, especially if you like yourself that way. You do you. But some people are introverted and they don't like themselves that way, and they, like, wish they could be more extroverted. And to that, I would say know your limits and work with them. You know, you don't want to exhaust yourself trying to push yourself into being, like, the life of the party every weekend. Maybe you go to a small get-together on a Saturday night and you just step out of your comfort zone a little bit, interact a little bit more, you know, share your thoughts on things a little bit more, enter into discussions with a few more people than you normally would, and then you take a little break, and then the next weekend or 2 weekends after that, you go and do it again. Eventually you work your way up to big groups of people, different groups of people. You know, you can, like, make yourself more extroverted without pushing yourself to a limit that, like, mentally and internally you just aren't ready for. you know? Anyway, I don't really know where I was going with this video. I just kind of wanted to talk about, I don't know, introversion and shyness and kind of what it means and if it's changeable and my thoughts on everything. And yeah, like I said, I'm definitely somewhere in the middle because I don't know, I've done a lot of things. My mom used to always be really confused by me, and she's actually the one that initially found the word ambivert and said, this is definitely you, because I would be very reclusive in the fact that like I would stay away from, you know, large crowds of people and just kind of cling to my little small group or lock myself in my room a lot, just like be inside myself a lot. But then at the same time, I was always able to like get up on a stage and do plays and characters and, you know, fun music things and all this weird stuff that was like so out there. But I was able to do it because it wasn't necessarily me. I was pretending to be somebody else. So she always thought that that was really strange. She was just like, she didn't understand how I could go from being this quiet, introverted little person to turning it around in a minute and being someone who's just like, yeah, you know, in front of a lot of people. So I guess that's where that just merges. Yeah, this is like really rambly, but I guess that's how these Let's Talk videos are going. I don't know. We're just rolling with it. You guys still watching? Cool. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess all I like kind of want to do to wrap this up is to just let you guys know that if you are an introverted or shy person, don't assume that nobody cares about your opinion, because people definitely care about your opinion. People want to hear what you have to say, especially if you're in your head all the time. Like, you probably are processing a lot of information and thinking of new things and taking things in a different way, and that definitely needs to be shared with the world, and we definitely want to hear what you think of things and what's going on in your head, because it could be really cool and you may spark a change in someone that could just have like this awesome snowball effect on the world, and you won't even know it unless you put your opinion out there. So yeah, don't assume that nobody cares. Start sharing your opinions with people. Even if it's just a little bit here and there, even if it's just with one person, like, it matters. It matters. You matter. Your opinion matters. Because you're a really awesome human, and people want to hear what you have to say. I promise. So, that is it for this video, I guess. Leave me a comment down below letting me know where you think you fall on the introvert-extrovert scale. And, yeah, anything else you want to tell me, I guess. Have a little conversation about something, whatever this video sparked inside of you. Again, I don't really know. I'm just kind of rambly and chatty, and this is what we end up with. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you have any other topics or anything that you want me to just kind of like sit down and chat, ramble, whatever about, leave them in the comment section down below, and I will definitely look them over. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!